Hello, welcome to the training. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this website you can see right in front of yourself on the page right now, and I'm going to turn it into a 50 or 60 or 70 page website. So this is autosaurus.co.uk. Okay, so what we've just done is we've purchased 3local.com, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in over here. I'm going to scroll down. You can see I've got multiple accounts on here. When I scroll down to the bottom on the autos arrows, I'm going to now add the website here and show you exactly how to set it up by adding the domain name and doing the whole process from start to finish exactly as you would need to do it once you've set up. So let's go into here. The first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to start in your dashboard and you're going to be able to see the training videos and stuff here. Watch those first. If you want to watch the second set of training videos, to just across here. Okay. Then you're going to click on my site. So the first thing I'm going to do is we've got this business, this business URL over here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in because we've got a Google Business Profile. If you haven't got a Google Business Profile, you should get one. But if you haven't got one, you should click I cannot find my business. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Autos Are Us because this is the site I want to do it for. I'm not seeing the one I'm looking for there, so I'm just going to put space UK. And I can see the bottom one there, Middleton Road, is the correct one that we want. So I'm going to click on that. And it's now pulled in the information from this client's Google Business Profile. I'm going to click Continue. Okay, it's brought in the business name. Brought in the business URL, brought in the business contact number, and then if you look down here, that is the URL it's going to use to set up on. And then we're going to click continue. Next thing it's going to show us is the address. If the address is okay, then we're happy with the address. I'm going to click continue again. And then I'm going to add two services. So I know on here they are auto electricians. Now, the reason I'm putting auto electrician is very simply, I know a lot of people search that in Google. So you might be an emergency plumber, but your services might be boiler installations or it might be leak repairs and things like that, and you want a service. But if you know a lot of people search emergency plumber, use emergency plumber as one of your searches, okay, as one of your services here, and that will improve it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to pop in diagnostic repairs, okay, because I know a lot of people search that for this client as well. So we've got diagnostic repairs and we've got auto electrician. I'm going to click continue. It's going to show me all the information here. I'm going to quickly read through, make sure I'm happy with everything. Make sure your domain name's correct. If you're using a Google Business Profile, you can't really mess this up. But just in case, check that and then click finish. What's happening now is this is going off and it's building SEO optimized web pages in every single town, village, and suburb within a 4-mile radius of your business for both of the services that you just put on there. So if there's 10 locations in that area or 20 locations in that area, this is going to go off and it's going to build you 20, 30, 40 pages because it's going to be service times location. So you've got number of services times location. So I can see selected locations on here is 28. So 28 locations times 2 services. This is basically written me content, SEO, search engine optimized content for auto electrician in every single one of these 28 locations and diagnostic repair content for every single area. So we should have a 56-page website so far, just off that tiny little thing that we've just done. The first thing we've got to do now is just connect this to our domain name. And we do this by adding a CNAME to our domain name. Very, very simple. So I'm going to go to where I've got my domain name. As you can see, we've got our domain name here. I'm going to click on DNS. I'm going to select add record. I'm going to hit the drop down. I'm going to select CNAME. Okay. Then I'm going to go back over here. It says I need to add local is the name. And it needs to point to sites.3local.com. If I click this little button, it'll copy that. Come back over here. So I'm going to type in the name of it is local. And the target or points to is sites.3local.com. We're going to have another look. And it says here, TTL is 360 or automatic and proxy should be off. So when I come back over here, I can see the proxy's on. So I'll switch that off. I see the TTL is auto. We're happy. Click save. Done. What that should have done now is that should have connected your domain name to 3local, which means we can now click retry validation. Okay, it hasn't quite worked yet. So what we will do is we'll wait a few minutes and that should have come back. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do whilst we're waiting on this, I'm going to show you a few things I like to do with these websites once I've set them up. So I'm going to click edit. So if I click edit here, just let me take you through. So I can edit the homepage content here and I can edit the service page content here. If you're inside of the 3local system watching this video, there'll be a video below here that explains exactly how to do all the content correctly. So I'm not going to go through that in this video, but what I am going to do is I'm going to click edit. I'm going to scroll down to the content section. And I like to do this every time I create one of these. I'll make that English. I like to hit a space. I like to go up to shortcodes. I like to add service links. Then what I like to do is go up to here, hit shortcode, and hit map. What this is going to do is going to put service links and a map in the page. So I'm going to do that. What I also like to do is I like to add images to the pages. So I have somewhere here that I store my images. Now, what you could potentially do, if I wanted to go over to my website here and grab right click and copy image address and then paste it in, it will automatically show it on the web page. But I store these images elsewhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open the place I store them. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to click shared. I'm going to copy the domain name. I'm going to open this up, paste it into there. Oops. I'm going to paste that into there. And then this is exactly what you'll do on the home page of your website. So I'm going to go right click. I'm going to click copy image address. And then what that enables me to do is come back over here. That's going to enable me to click, hit the drop down menu and click paste. Okay, and then click save. That's going to make it so it's mobile optimized, so it's dynamic, and it works on every single different type of platform that it possibly can. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here where our service-based content is, and I'm going to paste this in here as well. So let's paste that in there. I'm going to click save and back. I'm going to go over to the diagnostic repairs. I'm going to click on the content section here. I'm going to paste that into there. I'm going to paste this into here. I'm going to click save and back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click publish. Now, if you look at the top, what you'll see is the notification for the CNAME has now disappeared. That means that this CNAME here is now connected to 3Local. So what it's now trying to do is set up what we call a secure socket layer, or an SSL certificate, which basically is like a green padlock in the top left-hand corner to say this website is secure. Whilst it's trying to do that, we might not be able to view the live site, but I'll click publish anyway, and hopefully we will. So let's have a click. And we can't just yet, and that's because it's updating the secure socket layer. So what we'll do is we'll go into the preview, and I'll show you. This is what the site itself looks like. So we've got the autos arrows page. All your content's been written. Your service pages are in place, and you map down the bottom. These are the two shortcodes we added earlier. You scroll up here and go to auto electrician. You can see all of these locations on this website have now got content written for them for auto electrician in that particular location. So SEO optimized web content for every single location. If we come down to diagnostic repairs and type in there, you will see the exact same thing. We've got search engine optimized content for every single town, village and suburb that we want SEO optimized content within our business's target radius. So this business is now got, let's have a quick look. We scoot back over here. So we've now got 28 location pages times 2, which is 56 page website designed perfectly to rank for all of the keywords that we want for auto electrician and diagnostics repair. Now, I did notice something then when I went into this, that we had 2 maps on this page. So what I'm going to do is quickly scroll down and try to figure out what that was. Shouldn't do this on the training, but you know, you have to. So let's go back to the My Site. Let's click on preview. Okay, let me click on auto electrician. Let me click on Brighton. So I'm going to click back in here, but back over there. We've got that information correct. Please note that location, site name, shortcode, and map. Okay. So this is letting us know that these are placeholders. I've not seen it do that before. So we can just delete that. We can save them back. Okay. So obviously you should read through your content. Make sure you're happy with it. Click save radius. We'll try the published site. Let's have a look. The SSL certificate is still not live, but now the site looks like this. So we've got a 56-page website, which is designed with all this homepage content. It's got a click to call button. So if you go to mobile size, it works perfectly. Go over to auto electrician, and you can see we've got now SEO optimized content written for every single town, village, and suburb on that list. Okay, so let's look at Middleton. We've got content written for Middleton. We can go over to Oldham. We can go over to Moston. We can go over to Royton. We can go over to Lidgate, And we've got SEO optimized web page content for every single town, village, and suburb that we want to rank for auto electrician. We've also got SEO optimized content for diagnostic repairs, because that's one of our clients. So if you want to add this to your website and you want to create these web pages super fast, super easy, this is how quick and easy it is to do this. In a few hours, what will happen is this SSL certificate will go live, and once this SSL certificate goes live, all of these pages will be on the internet. Once these are all on the internet, we then want to submit them to Search Console, which I'll show you how to do right now. But first of all, what I want to just do is I want to go over to here where it says business profile, and it's telling me that it's created my business profile schema, as you can see from here. Okay, so this basically says schema active. So it's telling me it's gone to the Google Business Profile and it's created my schema. Now, the only way I can check that is if I go over to the preview, right click, view page source, and what I want to check, because this is really important for ranking in Google. As you can see, Monday through to Sunday, it's open 24 hours. Its longitude and latitude for the home address is here. The telephone number is here. We've got the actual address of the business there. And then we've got local business, and the name of the business is Autos R Us. If I go back into here now, if I click back on the page, and then I go to one of these pages, you will see that the schema on this page is slightly different. So we're going to click View Page Source. I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see we've got all the same information we had on the home page, but we've also got this to let us know that this is Auto Electrician Service page. Okay. In addition to that, if we then come down, go back to the page, and then we click on Royton, this is the service area page. So what you should see when you look at the schema on this, very important for SEO, but this is the actual business information. This is to tell us that this is the service, Auto Electrician, and this is to tell us this is the location, and it's got its own longitude and latitude data, which is different from the longitude and latitude data up here. So it lets Google know that this is a specific service page. These websites are built perfectly for exactly what Google wants to see for your website. So the next thing we want to do, what we wanted to do really was wait for this to publish with the SSL certificate. And the reason I'm saying that is what that will do for us, that will enable us to then submit to Search Console. But I'll go through the process. We can't do it till the SSL certificate's live, but I'll go through the process with you anyway. You click this here, submit your sitemap. You want to go over here and you want to copy this URL, which is your actual sitemap. You want to then click Google Search Console. You want to click Get Started. Okay, then we want to do is we want to add the domain name. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this drop down. I'm then going to click Add Property. I'm going to paste the whole thing in here, but then what I'm going to do is delete all the beginning back to the beginning of the URL. So autosrus.co.uk. I'm going to get rid of the sitemap and I'm going to click Continue. Okay, and then I'm going to click Start Verification. And what this is going to do, this is going to go in to my Cloudflare account and it's going to verify this domain name. So it's asking me to authorize. I'm going to click Yes. Okay, once that's been authorized, once that's set up and once that's done, that's actually been done now. So the next step, the next thing I can do is click on Go to Property. I can click on Sitemaps. I can paste my sitemap in here and I can click Submit. Okay, it's not going to pop up straight away. If I click Dismiss and I click Refresh, usually what will happen is it will pull in the pages here, but it's not going to do it simply because it hasn't yet had the SSL certificate published. So the SSL certificate isn't published, and because it's not yet published, this site isn't actually live on the internet just yet. So let's just try again one more time. See if the live site's going to work. Nope, still not been done. So what will happen now is very, very soon the SSL certificate will populate all by itself. Once it does, okay, I will go back over to here. I will repaste this in and I will click Submit again. Okay, and the reason I'll do that is what it will then do is it will then recheck everything and it'll put it back in the same place here, but it will obviously then show the pages that have been indexed. So all you do is you come back to where your domain name is, click on Sitemaps, and then you just paste it back in and you click Submit. We're waiting on the SSL certificate to populate on that. Once it does, come back here in 24, 48 hours, and what you will see is this will all be working exactly as it should be. One more thing, guys. Sorry, I'm just looking at a list over here. Submit to Search Console. I did miss the custom locations. So let's say we look at this and we think, right, okay, I want to go and see what locations I've got. Okay, so we can go over here add custom locations. I can go over to here to my locations, okay? But what we're going to do is I'm going to click add custom locations. This gives me a list of every single location that we've just created that's not on the website. I can then click add my locations. I get 5 custom locations completely free. Then what I can do, so as you can see, all these locations have already been built for both of the services that we want to target. I can now zoom in and say, okay, let me just check to make sure everything's been included. So I'm not seeing a location for Chadderton. So let me wave over this one. That one says Oldham, but I don't see one for Chadderton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Chadderton. I'm going to type in Chadderton. And I'm going to click save and back. Okay, then I'm going to go back in. I'm going to zoom in again. Okay, is that one for Middleton? I'll just wave over it and it'll tell me where it's for. It is for Middleton. Okay, where's that one for? That one's for Birch. So I'm not seeing one for Simister. I know Simister's quite a popular area. So we'll type in Simister. And instead of doing save and back, I'm going to put save and new. That way it won't take me back to where I was before. And then I'm going to zoom back in. What I'm going to do now is see Denshaw doesn't look like it's got one built. So let me just check what these ones are over here to make sure neither of these is Denshaw. So we've got Delph, we've got New Delph, and we've got Diggle. So there's none for Denshaw. So I'm going to click on Denshaw. I'm going to type in Denshaw. I'm going to click save and new. So whatever your most previous one you selected was is the one that will show up there. Then I'm going to zoom back in again. Have a look, see if there's any additional locations that that's not yet been included. Let's have a look. So Fitton Hill, maybe. We've got Middleton. Crumpsall. Yep, we'll do Crumpsall. That's a good little location. So let's get that a little bit closer. Let's pull it down. Oh, let's go over here. There we go. That'll do me. So we'll do Crumpsall. Save and new. I think that might have been 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 5 that we could add. So what I can do now is zoom back in. Let's go and find one more location that we've not yet done. Or is that one Newton Heath? Wave over it and see. That is Newton Heath, so we don't want that one. Is that one Droylsden? Certainly is. We don't want to add Droylsden. Mills Hills is very small, so we probably won't go for that. Let's have a quick look. I probably would just do Durka then. Only because I know the area. It's an OL1 area, as you can see, it's popped up there. So let me make sure none of these have actually shown up as Durka. So that one's not Durka. That one's Oldham. Yeah, so let's just do Durka. So we'll do Durka as a location, Derker. And the great thing about this is it basically, well, as I will show you now, go back over to site, go back to publish, okay, and go back to live site. Okay, it's not yet done the SSL certificate, but if we go over here now and click preview, and then we go back to the list of locations, what you'll see is look at this, look how much bigger this list is now. So what you can do is if we go down there, Chadderton, there's one of the ones we added. There's Durka, there's one of the other ones we added. I can't remember what else we added. Let's have a quick look. Did we do Denshaw? I'm not certain. Maybe we did. We definitely did Crumpsall. Don't even know if I spelt that right. But now I can click on any of these. So for example, let's go to Chadderton. And as you can see, we've got search engine optimized web page content for Chadderton, for auto electrician services in Chadderton. Within 24, 48 hours after submitting this to Search Console, this will start to show up in Google, will start ranking, and will start generating lead sales and clients for you and your business without you doing anything else. This is the fastest, easiest, most cost-effective way for any local business to generate more lead sales and clients for their own business. You can do this yourself. You can do this as a business yourself without any help from anybody else. You don't need an SEO agency. You don't need anything. All you need is to be able to log into where you've got your domain name to add this one tiny little CNAME to your domain name, and you can do everything else yourself from start to finish. If for any reason you don't have a Google Business Profile, set one up. But if you haven't, you can just click that red button that I shown you earlier that says, I can't find my Google Business Profile, and it will let you fill in the form manually. You'll find other videos on my YouTube channel to show you exactly how to do that. Hope you love it, guys. It's going to make you an absolute fortune, and thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.